In this video, we will demonstrate how to build an integration with Vasori AI between Shopify and QuickBooks Online using their GraphQL admin API. This integration will cover various aspects such as orders, payments, accounts, etc. To begin, we will insert a predefined prompt into Vasori. This prompt outlines the objective, the systems involved, and the required workflows. We have scoped out 4 to 5 different workflows. After defining the workflows, we've provided some accounting rules, error handling and resilience measures, and synchronization frequency. Next, we will take this entire prompt and paste it into Vasori AI. Although it's a lengthy prompt, the AI should be able to process it entirely and build out our integration and all of our logic right out of the box. Let's give it a minute or two. Initially, we've set up systems for the integration, which allows us to authenticate into the 2 different systems right away. Here we've got Shopify. We can either select an existing connection or create a new one if needed. Now we can return to QuickBooks Online and select OAuth 2. We can connect here, but for now we'll wait for the integration to be completed. Vasori displays in 3 different ways: the flow mode, the architecture mode, and the code mode. As it's still writing the code for each of the workflows, we'll wait for this to build. Great. The full integration code has now been written. It provides a review of what's been created, including the 4 to 5 different workflows. Each workflow includes proper error handling and retry logic. If you would like more detailed explanations around the integration, such as the graph URLs, queries, or field mappings to QuickBooks, we can provide that as well. Following this, the platform begins to create all the visualization documents for us. This includes data transformation, mapping visualization, flow visualization, and architectural visualization. While these are being created, we delve into the code to examine the different workflows that have been generated. Here, you can see a GraphQL query created for the customer to QuickBooks integration. As we go through, it is evident that the code is appropriately structured. If at any point we wish to modify the code, we can directly make changes and save them. This action also informs the AI that the code has been updated. If we prompt the AI for any changes, it displays a diff in the code, showcasing what's been added, removed, or altered. Continuing, we can see some data mapping as well. We can proceed to review all this integration, applicable for all the different workflows too. The last aspect I wish to highlight on the code side is the transformation mappings. Here you can see the source system, which is Shopify's GraphQL, for orders, and the target, QuickBooks. You can observe the different transformations taking place, such as name to doc number, created at taxation date, and created at 30 days is the due date. You can also see the transformation type for each field. This applies to the second workflow, the third, and so on for all workflows. This gives a clear overview of the data being transformed and where the flow mode is now complete. You can review all the different flows for the integration. For instance, this is the first flow, which syncs orders from Shopify to create the invoice in QuickBooks. At any point, you can view the summary of the different workflow steps, and if you wish to change the business logic in them, you can re-prompt that specific step and update the integration. Once you've reviewed all your flows and they appear satisfactory, you can then take a higher level view of this integration from an architectural perspective. This is a technical document, but it shows the Shopify store here with event webhooks coming down. Then there's also the GraphQL admin API performing various functions like order data, customer data, product data, refund, payout data. This information then goes into the data transformation engine created by Vasori and is sent into QuickBooks as required. Observe all the processes unfolding here for the workflows. It's quite detailed and accurately represents what's happening with this integration. We've implemented a tab system at the top. If you have different variations of the integration, for instance an integration being utilized by multiple tenants, you can set your variables here. This is particularly useful if you're a SaaS platform wanting to build an integration template, embed it into your UI, and allow your customers to use the integration. You can also manage different webhooks and find information about the integration. We designed these tabs because we have plans to continually add more features. Next, we need to address authentication. We've already connected to Shopify, but for QuickBooks, we can select the authentication method. We can choose an existing connection, which we currently don't have, or a new one. To create a new connection, we need to manage integration. As you can see, it provides the authorized URL and the token URL. We must set the client ID in secret. We'll cover the authentication process in a separate video. If you're using this integration to embed into your own UI and don't want to restrict it to a single tenant, you can select Embedded. Once you've properly authenticated everything, you can deploy the integration. After deployment, you can navigate to the console for logs, alerts, and monitoring of your integration. We'll cover this in a separate video as well. Thank you for joining us for this introduction to Vasori on how to build an integration. Stay tuned for more videos.